Hello! So today we have a full face of makeup for only $10 total. Completely, totally $10 for everything. So not $10 each, $10 for everything. Yeah. And there's a little bonus that it would be $15 total to get your brushes and tools that you need for this makeup as well. So yeah, the makeup that we're using is from Dollar Tree because that's literally the only way you can do this video, I'm pretty sure. And I wanted to try to see the best products I could get at the Dollar Tree for obviously the best price and see if you could really make this work for $10 for a full face of makeup, because I know, you know, makeup is like luxury items and it can be really nice for people to be able to have and wear makeup, and I wanted to see if these products are actually very useful for people who need something that is cheaper, because most products that we use are like $10 and under each, but I wanted to see if I could do a full face for $10 total, and we're gonna find out today if I can make it work. But I got 8 makeup items, which they're $1.25 each, and that equals $10 total. And then I got 4 tools. Those are $1.25 each, so that is $5 total. So let's get into it. Here's my Dollar Tree bag, and let me show you what I got first, and then we'll get into actually doing the makeup. Alright, so first up, I got this matte foundation. I'm not the biggest fan of matte foundations, but there was this and another foundation, and the shades of the other one just wouldn't work for me, so this is what I had to get to match my shades. The shade range is pretty awful at Dollar Tree, so yeah, and they didn't have a wide selection. I went to 2 Dollar Trees, and they didn't really have much for me to choose from, so this is what we got, and the shade is still going to be a little bit off, but we're going to make it work today. Again, everything that I'm mentioning was $1.25 at Dollar Tree. Next, we've got this. Oh, that was LA Colors, by the way, which most of this stuff is. This is LA Colors Pressed Powder. By the way, that foundation is in the shade Porcelain. This pressed powder is in the shade Nude, which this might be a little bit dark for me, but again, the shades it was really hard to find things that would match. Next up, we've got a bronzer from LA Colors again. This is in the shade Sun Goddess. And every single bronzer product that I was looking at the Dollar Tree, they all had shimmer in it, which I'm not a fan of, but this was the one that looked to be the best bet, and it is shimmery. Or, yeah, it's shimmery. So we're gonna try it out today and see if I can, you know, end up liking it somehow. Then from the brand Ioni, we have this blush. This one is the shade Stellar Pink. Just looked like a really pretty like pink color that I would love to use. And then the highlight is also from the brand Ioni, and this is the Emma highlight. Looked really pretty. Then the eyeshadow is from LA Colors. This is the palette called Trendy, and we're gonna use this for brows today too. They had a few different colorways of this palette. They had like one that was a little bit lighter shades of this, and then one that was purpley shades. And I have had in the past a few more different colors, or maybe 1 or 2 other colorways of this palette, but this one I got because I figured it was the best for multi-purpose brows and eyeshadow, and also like eyeliner and whatever you wanted to do with this. So yeah, that's what we got for eyeshadow. And then mascara, they had a few different ones to choose from, I think maybe 4. And I chose this one because it has like the hourglass shaped wand, which is supposed to be really good for volume. It's like the L'Oreal Lash Paradise or the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. So yeah, this is LA Colors Volume Mascara in the shade Rich Black. And then for lips, we have this lip duo from LA Colors again. Mine's in the shade Eternal, which is a red, and the gloss is like just like a jelly gloss. It has no shimmer or anything in it, which I thought could be really pretty. So yeah, that is the makeup. Now onto the optional tools, which I know some people might already have tools that they've been using for a while. Some people might not. So that's why I decided to make the tools optional. So again, if you bought the tools and the makeup, it would be $15 total. So for tools, we have a powder brush. And these, I tried to not get ones that were limited edition. I'm pretty sure these are not limited edition, and they're there all the time because I've seen them for several months now. So yeah, this one is going to be very multi-use because we have to use this for a lot of things today. Then we have from Wet n Wild this crease brush. These Wet n Wild brushes are very good quality, and I love picking them up at the Dollar Tree because they're great quality. So that's going to be a nice brush to use. And then we have this Wet n Wild Smoky liner brush. This one's also going to be multi-use today. And then last but not least, we're going to try out this Sassy and Chic Charcoal Blender Makeup Sponge. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I just figured I'd give it a go because I like applying my foundation with a beauty blender. So, or I don't use an actual beauty blender. I use like a Real Techniques sponge or some other sponge that I got from like TJ Maxx or Marshalls or something like that. So anyways, but I like using a sponge to apply my like foundation or skin tints or whatever. So I figured we'd try this one out today. So yeah, now that's all over. Let's actually get into applying the makeup and see how it goes. So first up, let's go wet this sponge. It feels not extremely soft, but also not extremely hard either. Definitely squishy. Let's go wet it and see how it changes. Okay, here it is. Now that it's wet, it's a lot bigger and it is a lot softer and squishier. Actually feels like pretty nice on the face. So I have high hopes for this now. First up, we're doing foundation, which this is the part I'm the most nervous about because for foundation, that's something that usually I'm okay with spending more money for because I really want it to look its best. So I think it's the hardest thing to get away with spending less on. But that being said, there are great foundations for cheap. So maybe this is one of them. So yeah, let's just try it out. I'm going to, here's the applicator. It almost looks like a lip gloss applicator, which is interesting. And it looks very thick coming out of the tube. Super thick. I'm going to, let's just do half of the face and see how that works out. I'm going to do that much and we'll see how that goes. I think the problem with this beauty blender is going to be that it soaks up a lot of product, but we'll see. okay, to be honest, not that bad. It actually looks good. It does, really. We're gonna have to see how it looks after it's been sitting for a little while, but right now it looks pretty dang good. I'd say it's like a medium coverage. The shade is a little bit lighter than I would normally go for, but we're gonna make it work today. It looks pretty nice on, not gonna lie. Alright, let's go ahead and do the rest of the face with this foundation. You know, I was a little bit not sure about how I felt about the applicator, but I think I actually like it. It's very easy to like squeeze out the product and just rub it on. And then it's like not messy like I kind of expected it to be. So, yeah. By the way, I did not mention, but you're getting 0.41 fluid ounces in this foundation, and which is less than half of what like the standard size of foundations are, but also the price is way less than half of what a standard foundation is, so you kind of have to weigh out what you think, if it's worth it or not. I just put a little bit extra in some areas to work as like my concealer, kind of, because we don't have the budget for concealer today. So alright, and here is where it's starting to look a little bit bad. You probably won't be able to see. Let me finish blending this out. Let me come in real close. I don't know if you can see, it's a little bit patchy right here on my chin. My nose doesn't look the best, and there's this part on my cheek over here that it's a little bit patchy too. But, and in some places it looks like makeup-y, but not cakey, but just like you can tell there's makeup on there. But for the majority of like this part and my forehead, it looks very skin-like, very nice. I would say it's probably worth it to give it a shot. By the way, I have like combination skin, mostly oily but sometimes dry. I think it's probably worth a shot to try it out, but on the other hand, if you already have a foundation that you love, then probably you don't need to try this one. So yeah, but I think like I would be okay going out somewhere wearing this right now, but just it's not ideal for me. Now let's jump into powder. This is the LA Colors pressed powder in the shade Nude. It comes with a little applicator, although this one, it's like extremely thin, but we'll try it out. And it's a compact that doesn't actually close properly. It's just kind of staying open like that, which is less than ideal. But on the bright side, it has a mirror, which is nice. Let's try this out. I'm gonna kind of like pinch it. And let's go. This is gonna be dramatically different. So let's start here on the chin. the shade is just not. Okay, but this is actually helping. It actually made the foundation look a lot better. You probably can't see, but it doesn't look patchy anymore down there. At least not nearly as much as it did. That's that. Let's go ahead and switch over to a brush just so the shade isn't drastically different. So we're using our little powder brush. This one is so cute, by the way, because it has like little rhinestones in it. The bristles feel very soft actually, and there's no shedding or anything, so let's dip in and try this out. And I'm just kind of dabbing the powder into the skin. And again, even this patchy bit on my cheek right here is looking better now that I've added the powder. Okay, and there it is. I like that powder. I wish the shade range was better, and I wish it closed. But other than that, I really like it. Also, I wish we had a setting spray to kind of melt the powder into the skin, but we don't. There is a setting spray at Dollar Tree if you are willing to spend the extra $1.25. Okay, just kidding. I literally just got it to close. It does close, it's just a little bit different to close, so it does close. So I take back what I said before. But anyways, a setting spray would really make this better, because you get like the benefits of the powder without it looking powdery. So yeah, anyways, moving on. Bronzer. I'm very nervous about this because I just don't like shimmery bronzers, but I know a lot of people do, and it's kind of, they're marketing it to be like glowy. So I don't know, maybe I'll try this and really like it. There's only one way to find out. We're going to find out today. But here's the packaging. I actually like the packaging of this. It's very light, which can be a good or a bad thing. But I think it looks nice. And it's like a nice pan size of this bronzer. We're gonna use the same powder brush and go in with this. I kind of like wiped it off on my hands to try to get rid of the excess powder, because I don't really want to mix that in with my bronzer. But yeah, and I'm going to continue using the mirror from the powder to apply these products. So let's just dip in. I don't know how much to get. Okay, so it's giving me a nice definition, nice warmth. It also is giving shimmery, which I'm not a fan of, but it's blending out fairly well. Paprika? What? It is taking a while to blend it out. I think that's the best I can get it to be. It looks good, I think. I don't like it because it's shimmery, but if you like shimmery bronzers, you'd probably like this. I would prefer to be using a different brush, so that could be a part of my issue that I'm having. Sorry if you can hear all that noise. That's my bearded dragon. Just trying to escape, which he just does sometimes. He doesn't escape, but he like claws at his cage. And I think it's because he wants attention. That side's looking better than this side. But I feel like shimmery bronzers they kind of always look a little bit patchy or uneven because they are shimmery. Does that make sense? Because the way the shimmers like catch the light, it just doesn't catch the light the same in all the different places. So therefore it looks a little bit uneven. Also, if you wanted to save money, you could not get the eyeshadow palette and use your bronzer for eyeshadow, your bronzer and even your blush. So there's a little tip. But yeah, so there's the bronzer. That's good if you like shimmery bronzers. If you don't, you're not gonna like this because it's shimmery. But if you do, you probably will like it because I think it's good enough. Next up, we have blush. This one I'm very excited to try out. So here is the packaging. Ooh, it's having a hard time staying closed. It does have magnetic closure though. And there's the blush. Again, we're going in with the same brush as always. And ooh, that's really pretty actually. I like blush on my nose too, and a little bit on my chin. That's really pretty. I think the pigment is a good level. It's not too pigmented where it's hard to work with, but definitely pigmented enough where you can see it's there. I like that a lot. Very nice. Alright, next up, highlight. This one is going to be a little bit difficult because I don't know what brush to use for this. But here's the packaging, by the way. Looks pretty cute. Again, this one doesn't want to stay closed at all. But here's the shade. I think I'm gonna go in with our crease brush to use for highlight. And these brushes are super soft. This one is the same as the rest, super soft. I'm just gonna dip in. And let's see. Ooh. Okay. That is very nice, actually. That looks really pretty. Super, like, blinding. I don't like that it doesn't stay closed, but I like the product inside. It's very nice. Next up, we have eyeshadow. So, this I'm actually really excited to use because in, middle school, I used these Dollar Tree palettes to do, like, my everyday eyeshadow look. So, I'm excited to use this. I kind of wonder if it smells the same. It does, which I love. I'm such a nostalgia person. Here are the colors. They look pretty nice. I'm gonna go ahead and dip in to this shade right here with our crease brush again, which I kind of wiped off to try to get rid of the highlighter on it. Although inevitably there will be some still on there. And let's just go in. Okay. I mean, I'm seeing something, so there's quite a bit of fallout in the pan, but that's not really an issue for me. Yeah. I mean, I'm liking this. As you can see, there's kind of that eyeshadows a little bit everywhere. Next, let's go in with this shade down here. It's just darker than that shade. And we're using the same brush still. Again, there's a lot of fallout. And we're just deepening up that outer corner. And it's definitely working. Which I'm not surprised, but I'm happy about. And I think we're gonna call it there and go in with the shimmer. Which there is a lot of fallout in that pan that I just used, that shade. For shimmer, these shimmers don't look super incredible, but we're gonna go in with this one up here. And for that, we're gonna dip into our new brush, which actually, we're gonna pause and do brows real quick with this new brush. So this is the Smoky liner brush. And we're gonna find a shade in this palette that would be good for brows. My brows are pretty cool toned, so I'm thinking about mixing. Let's mix this shade with this shade. I'm just gonna do a little bit of that one, but on this Smoky liner brush again. And I don't need much filling in because I've got pretty thick brows already, and they're not really sparse, but I know most people want to do their brows with something, so I had to make sure there was options in this video. And this is working fairly well, I'd say. Yeah, I like that. Now let's go in and try to do a little bit of liner with this eyeshadow. And I'm gonna go in with this darkest shade in the palette with that same brush. And just tap into there. And just take it and kind of wing it out over here. And it is working. It's not super crazy, but it gives you just enough, I think. Cute, yeah, I like that. Now we're gonna clean off this brush and go in with that shimmer. Again, I'm gonna use this one right here in the corner. And I'm just gonna use the flat side of the brush to like rub in there. And let's go ahead and put it on this like middle part of the lid. Okay. Again, it's not super like, wow, that's amazingly shimmery, but you can tell it's a shimmer. It's just not crazy, like metallic or anything. But it's showing up. and it's working, blending out nicely. Alright, now I'm gonna flip the brush over to the other side, and I'm gonna go in with this lightest shade. This is also a shimmer shade. And I'm gonna go into that one and take it on this inner part right here. Oh wow. So that one is pretty pigmented. I'm gonna go back in with that other shade, the shimmer shade, and sort of blend it in with that one that we just put in the inner part. There we are. A lot of fallout again, but look at our look. I think it looks really good and cute, and it was, you know, easy. Yeah. Now let's go in with mascara. Again, we have the volume mascara. Here is the wand. Again, it's that nice hourglass shape. Let's go ahead and try it. Ooh, I've got a lot of fallout under my eyes. I'm gonna take the big powder brush and just swipe that away. And it swiped away easily, so I have no problems with that. Anyways. So this worked decently, I'd say. I have pretty nice lashes, but that's pretty good. We're definitely gonna do a second coat after a little bit, because that is where I think you see like really how good it is. I'm getting a lot of mess on my lids, as you can see, but that'll be easy to wipe away with a Q-tip. Or even maybe like this little sponge thing that came in the eyeshadow palette. Alright, now let's go in with our second coat. Okay, I like this mascara. I think it's nice. Gives decent length and volume. There it is. I think it looks really pretty. Now, last but not least, let's get into the lips. I'm really excited to try this lip duo. Ooh, smells good. Kind of like bubblegum. Let's go ahead and just dig in. Okay, it's not super pigmented. And it's coming off more pink than red. Definitely just looks like a really bright pink, not red, which it looks red in the stick, but not on. But that's okay. There's the lipstick all applied. On camera it does look red, to be honest, but in real life it looks pink. So there's that. But it applied nicely. I like the smell of it. It's not too strong where it's like overbearing, the smell. It looks pretty on. I think it's nice. Now let's go into the lip gloss, which to be honest is what I'm most excited about. This smells good too, just like bubblegum. Looks really pretty and shiny. I messed up my lip line over here a little bit, but it's okay. I'll live with it. Looks really pretty and shiny. Okay. I am happy with this. So, final thoughts, my favorite things, I would say, are probably this lip duo and the blush. I thought these were really good. The blush is probably my favorite, but the lip duo is also very good. But I don't know, I'm not upset with anything that I used. I quite like it all. And I think this is totally worth a shot to try out for $10. And if you're a beginner looking to do a full face of makeup, I would say head to your Dollar Tree and you get the best bang for your buck. And like, look, I look great. I think I am very pleasantly surprised. Not even surprised, I didn't expect any of this to be bad, but I didn't expect it to be so good, you know what I mean? Like, some of the things, they weren't the most pigmented, we had a little bit of issues with fallout with the eyeshadow, but the end result is good. Really good. I like it. I'm totally gonna probably get more shades of the blush and the lip duo because those are my favorite things. I also really like the highlight. It looks really nice. But I don't need more shades of that. Yeah, I am very happy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I really enjoyed filming this for you. If you liked it, like the video to let me know. It really helps out my channel. And subscribe if you want. It's free and it helps me tremendously. Thank you so much. And yeah, bye!